Good morning, bike fans. We have got some exciting news to share. We're here at Zion Mountain Ranch conducting our 2025 EMTB shootout, and you might be seeing all the hype on the new Bosch update. Earlier in the week, Kurt from Bosch came out and let us ride two bikes that are actually in our shootout but had already been given an update. And then last night, Josh arrived from Bosch, and he is currently updating our bikes so that we can share some of the performance changes and comparative analysis in our shootout, and we're really excited and grateful for that opportunity. So Rob, take it away with what some of the updates to the drive units are.
Yes, so from July, users are going to be able to go into their Bosch eBike Flow app and basically increase the power of the Gen 5 only drive units. So currently you've got 85 Newton meters and 600 watts of peak power. You're now going to be able to take that all the way up to 100 Newton meters of torque and 750 watts of peak power. And also you'll be able to get 400% assistance instead of the 340% assistance that you get right now. There's also going to be a new EMTB Plus mode, which Bosch is saying gives you more power and more control. And so far, certainly the more power is being delivered when we've been testing it.
One thing, the EMTB Plus mode also is going to have the same overrun as, I guess, current race motors. So you'll be able to adapt and have a much longer overrun and get ramp that's a little bit more punchy, you could say.
Absolutely, and I think that overrun distance is 2 meters, which is definitely not insignificant. Also, there's going to be a new display coming. It sits in the top tube where the current kind of blanking plate you'll see on a lot of the bikes is, and it looks really neat. We don't have one to show you quite yet, but we're hoping to get hands on one soon. And what else have we got?
Well, we've got the, we could talk about the shift updates as well as the little ABS updates if you want to finish those.
Yeah, so ABS and ABS Pro are getting updates and refinements so that hopefully the performance of those is even better than currently. And also they're going to be implementing the new eShift technology in autumn or fall for the Americans, which is going to work with TRP drivetrains and potentially Shimano drivetrains, we're not certain yet, to give you auto shift and coast shift functionality for electric drivetrains, which is really nice to see.
Absolutely. And something else that's new is going to be the CXR drive unit. There will no longer be, I guess, a quote-unquote race drive unit, but the new CXR will sort of continue in that premium racer-inspired heritage. It will have, I guess, some updates to internal ceramic bearing, titanium spindle. The magnesium casing will be a different color, so that'll be kind of a differentiator, as well as the CX-R nameplate on the side. That will also have a, I don't want to call it a more powerful race mode, but it will have a race mode nonetheless that has some changes in responsiveness, the amount of power, the way that it will drive you up to 20 miles an hour at full power, right? 400% assist all the way up to 20 miles per hour. So the overrun on that, there's going to be some, I guess, more spicy and peppy features out of that CXR drive unit, and we look forward to trying one of those in the future. None of the current bikes have any of the CXR drive units, but we will report back once we get time on that.
And of course, with that eBike Flow app, all of these modes are still going to be user customizable, so you can change the dynamic assistance and basically how responsive that is. So I guess with the new EMTB Plus mode, you're probably able to get pretty close to that race mode. And likewise, with that race mode, you might be able to dial it down just a little bit so it's not too spicy.
Absolutely. So there you have it, folks. Those are some of the features and updates. Again, we've only spent a little bit of time so far on the updated drive units, so we don't want to share a ton of feedback. As we continue to work on our shootout and riding bikes that we have been riding so far this week, pre-update and now post-update, we'll be sharing a lot of those feelings, impressions on our members platform. In fact, we have one of our members here who won a trip to be a guest tester for the shootout, and we were just talking about, we think he might be the first consumer non-bike industry person to ride an updated Bosch unit. So we're certainly going to talk to him. He's a 275-pound, 6'3" monster of a man, and it's been pretty awesome to see what the updated power can do and getting him up hills so effortlessly. He's also got some interesting things to say about management and control of the bike. So check out that members platform if you want to check out some more of our impressions and behind the scenes looks from the shootout. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails.